But at the end of the day, the majority of resellers are going in to their customers and understanding their problems, understanding their issues. They can go and source products where they want. So for us to really educate the resellers on the latest, greatest tech that can complement their message. So if there's a problem in storage or security or whatever, we have the right solution.
Hello and welcome to another episode of A Cuppa with Climb. We have some exciting news to share. If you hadn't heard already, Spinnakar have joined the Climb family. I'm joined by the founder of Spinnakar, Gerard Brophy. Welcome, and welcome to Climb Channel Solutions.
Thanks, Hope. Thanks for having me on. It's good to be part of the Climb team. It's all been rather quick. It's the transition from Spinnakar across to Climb's been really quick. But it's great to be on board. Spinnakar is just a young business. We founded it in 2018, and we've certainly seen fantastic growth over the last 3 years. Doing just short of 28 million in 3 years. And that obviously, with that significant growth, it got a lot of interest from companies. And it was great when I sat down with Dale Foster, CEO of Climb. We had a good fit, and here we are. Yeah, we're sitting working with Climb, so it's good to be on board.
It's definitely been a whirlwind, but it's really exciting. In this episode, we're going to cover the must-know facts about Spinnakar, how their vendors complement Climb's offering, and how this benefits you, the reseller. So Gerard, could you give us an overview of Spinnakar and where they sit in the distribution market?
Yeah, sure. I mean, as you well know, relationships are key in this market. So for many years, in the past businesses we've had, we've brought certain technologies to the market. So the resellers start to understand us for bringing in the right tech. So we've got a decent track record, and a decent background for bringing new tech in, the likes of Palo Alto, Fortinet, Isilon, most recently the likes of Rubrik and Nutanix. Really grabbing these technologies well before they have any presence within EMEA. So we've had a good run out of it. The resellers are key to understand what we're bringing into the tech. So when we set up Spinnakar, we had a lot of interest straight away, saying, look, what type of technology are you guys bringing in? So that's how it started. But primarily where Spinnakar sits is in the data center space. When we're onboarding products on the portfolio, there's some very key areas, and primarily it's we look at what's key and relevant in the market to the customer, to the end user. And the 4 key areas I work to at the moment, and ironically that's exactly what the Climb team, when onboarding products, do, is we look in security. Obviously that's really relevant at the moment. We look at services. We also look at cloud and the migration to cloud, whether there's a repatriation product, how do we get cloud out, hybrid cloud, the different levels of infrastructure and the right technologies in the market. So that's primarily where the Spinnakar business and the Climb business sit.
I see. That's really interesting. Thank you. So being in the data center sector, what would you say are the key problems and trends in the area at the moment? I know you mentioned security.
Well, really not, really from a data management point of view, and you said it earlier around data management. The problem with data management is the size of it, the scale. People, the IT teams, are they in control of their data? Governance, risk analysis, compliance. As the data scales, are companies in the position they need to be in? Security is a massive issue. The CISOs will come on. They may have an idea of how much data they got, how many users have they got. So it's key for us to really give them that visibility on actually what's out there from a data perspective. So yes, you get storage, backup, you get your networking, security tools, but it's really giving our resellers to inform their customer base of the visibility of their data. And once they've got that visibility, they can obviously manage it. So that's a key area for us.
I see. So definitely watch this space for our expertise in that area in the future.
Yeah.
So how do Climb and Spinnakar complement each other, would you say, from services and solutions to company values and the kind of industry expertise we've been talking about?
Yeah, well, as I said at the beginning of the conversation, when I met Dale Foster for the first time, um, we had similar DNA, i.e., the same types of people drive to scale the businesses, drive to scale the number, the portfolio, this type of thing. And then, if we looked at the overlap of products in our portfolio as to the client portfolio, there was a real good mix and very much along the same alignment. So that DNA is held strong. Also, the pace at what we want to grow, the scale through Europe, we all had similar kind of ideas of where we wanted to go. So hence, sitting here on the call with you, the drive is to grow that portfolio and scale it right through EMEA, so Climb can get that expansion through across that region.
And all of these strategies where we, as you say, share the same DNA are really beneficial to our resellers. How are we specifically going to benefit the reseller as a team, and what has improved our service for them?
Yeah, so I guess you always got to look at what's important to the reseller, the managed service provider, these stuff, because a lot of the resellers are obviously moving into that managed service space. Yes, product is relevant to them, but at the end of the day, the majority of resellers are going in to their customers and understanding their problems, understanding their issues. They can go and source products where they want. So for us to really educate the resellers on the latest, greatest tech that can complement their message. So if there's a problem in storage or security or whatever, we have the right solution. So really, from our perspective, it's going out, taking the pain away from the resellers, sourcing the tech. Because anybody listening to this from a reseller perspective will understand there's truckloads of vendors coming out. Weekly vendors coming out. We speak to 5-6 different vendors per week. So we try and find the right tech for the resellers and introduce it accordingly. And then obviously, from our perspective, bringing the new tech, there's more money to be made on, for the resellers. Selling the HPs and the Ciscos and the Dells, arguably, the margins aren't quite where they are, especially if they, start taking deals direct. With us, we deal with vendors who are strict 2-tier. There's margin in the channel for them, therefore we can invest. And then just to finish off, from a reseller point of view, there's a lot going on. Everyone's busy at the moment. From a client perspective, what we can offer is that resource. So if we introduce a technology to a certain partner, they like the look of it, but they don't have the time and the money and the resource to invest in their own skills, we can partner with them because we've already done that work. We've done the heavy lifting for them. So they can start to see the success of that particular vendor, how it really works with their customer. And then once they start to make money, they can start to reinvest and build their own resource for that technology. So that's the kind of go-to market I've got in mind for a lot of our partners, is to really back the right partners with the tech and help them scale.
That's great. And I really, really liked your point where you said that a reseller can go anywhere and find a tech that would essentially be the right key for the right lock. But it's about finding the perfect key, the perfect piece of tech, essentially, that not only has the kind of marriages that a sense of the right margin for them alongside the perfect solution for their end users, to keep their end users happy as well. So I really like that point.
Yeah, and I think it's a tough market the resellers playing. There's a lot of competition. There's some really big players and there's some one-man bands that we deal with. So they're always looking for an edge to service their customer in the right way. And I'd like to think we go a long way in helping in that from a resource and a technology point of view.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, it is a really exciting time for Climb and Spinnakar and what we can offer resellers and their customers. And now it's all under the same roof.
It is, yeah. Yeah, there's no Spinnakar anymore, Hope. It's all Climb. So the Spinnakar days are numbered, unfortunately. It's all Climb. So thanks very much.
No problem. And and thank you so much for joining me today. If any of the viewers would like to find out more about this exciting news or discover the specific vendors joining Climb with Spinnakar, head to our website www.climbcs.co.uk. We also have really exciting new plans for 2023. If your vendor specialises in data or DevSecOps and would like to take part in A Cuppa with Climb, get in touch with me to find out more. It's hopes@climbcs.co.uk. Until next time, bye!